You keep waiting for the perfect moment, but what if it never comes? You keep staring at the horizon, hoping the future will finally arrive, but what if you were meant to bring it here? Every second you wait, the world keeps moving forward without you. The truth is, the future isn't something you find, it's something you become. So stop waiting for the stars to align and start burning like one. The first step toward becoming the future is breaking free from the illusion of readiness. So many people sit on their dreams, waiting for a sign, waiting for the right time, waiting for the perfect alignment that never comes. But there is no perfect moment. There is only this one. The future does not announce itself with fireworks or blessings. It reveals itself to those who take a step when everyone else stands still. Waiting is the silent killer of destiny. Every second you hesitate, opportunity slips further away. The people who shape tomorrow are not those who wait for luck, but those who move despite uncertainty. Every action you take today writes a line in the story of your future. Every small decision, every quiet effort, every act of courage, they are building what you will one day live. It's easy to believe that others have something you don't. More talent, more resources, more time, but that's a lie. The only real difference is that they started. They acted when it was uncomfortable, when no one believed, when the world told them to wait. And in doing so, they built the momentum that created change. The truth is simple: movement is power. Action is creation. The moment you decide to begin, you separate yourself from the millions who only dream. The future belongs to those who step forward, even when their knees tremble. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for validation. The clock won't pause until you feel confident. The longer you wait, the heavier your doubts become. The more you move, the lighter your purpose feels. The universe doesn't reward hesitation. It rewards motion. Every dream that ever changed the world began with someone who stopped waiting. So instead of asking, "What if I fail?" ask, "What if I never try?" Because the only thing more painful than failure is the regret of never beginning. You are not waiting for the future. The future is waiting for you. And the moment you take that first step, you stop being a bystander in time and become its author. Every transformation in history began not with perfect preparation, but with a single brave decision. The decision to move forward when no one else dared. The people who changed the world didn't wait for the right time. They made it right by stepping into uncertainty. They had no guarantees, no clear paths, no promises of success. What they had was conviction, the unshakable belief that their vision mattered more than their fear. They became the pioneers of progress, the architects of possibility, because they chose to act when the rest of the world chose to hesitate. Think of every inventor, every leader, every dreamer who left their mark on history. They were not born with certainty, they were driven by faith. The kind of faith that moves even when the road is dark. They didn't need to know how everything would unfold. They only needed to believe that what they carried within was worth bringing into the world. That belief became their compass. Every failure was not a setback, but a signal, a reminder that they were moving, learning, evolving. They didn't wait for opportunity to knock. They built their own door and dared to walk through it. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's the decision that something else is more important than fear. When you act in spite of doubt, you become unstoppable. When you take a step before the world understands your direction, you define the path for others to follow. That is how visionaries are made, not through luck, but through relentless motion. The truth is, waiting for clarity is a trap. Clarity is not found before you act, it's earned through action. So don't wait for certainty, because certainty never comes. Trust your conviction even when the world calls it madness. Let your belief become your blueprint, because one day, when the noise fades and the dust settles, you'll look back and realize something powerful. That every uncertain step you took wasn't leading you into the unknown. It was leading you into the future that only existed because you were brave enough to begin. The future is not some distant miracle waiting to reveal itself. It's a creation waiting for your courage to bring it to life. Yet most people never reach it because they're chained by fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not being enough. But here's the truth. Fear is not your enemy. It's proof that what you're about to do matters. You cannot build something extraordinary while clinging to comfort. The world doesn't reward safety. It rewards boldness. Every dream that ever became real started as a leap of faith wrapped in uncertainty. The people who shape tomorrow are the ones who take that leap anyway. They don't ask, what if I fall? They ask, what if I fly? When you stop fearing failure, you discover something powerful. That failure is not a wall, it's a doorway. Every mistake you make is teaching you how to build something stronger. Every setback is carving your resilience, sharpening your vision, testing your will. The scars you carry are not signs of weakness. They're proof that you had the courage to fight for something greater. The truth is, creation is messy. Growth is uncomfortable. Evolution is painful. But it's in that chaos where greatness is born. When you dare to face your fears head on, they begin to lose their power, because fear thrives in silence, but courage lives in action. The people who create the future understand that perfection is an illusion. If you wait to feel ready, you'll wait forever. So you act while you're scared. You build while you're uncertain. You move while your hands still shake. That's where transformation begins. The moment you rise despite fear, something inside you changes, your voice strengthens, your vision sharpens, your spirit awakens. You stop being a dreamer and become a doer. You stop chasing the future and start creating it. The truth is, simple courage is not found in the absence of fear, but in the decision to move forward despite it. And once you make that decision, the future stops being something ahead of you. It becomes something flowing through you. Time is not your opponent, it's your canvas. Every moment passing by isn't slipping away. It's shaping something inside you. We often think the future is somewhere far ahead, something we must chase or wait for, but it's not. The future is built in the quiet decisions of today, in the thoughts you allow, in the energy you give to your present moment. Every second you live is leaving a mark on the story of who you are becoming. The truth is, time is not moving past you, it's moving off through you. And with every breath, it's asking the same question, what are you creating right now? Most people waste their time chasing what's next, never realizing that next is being written in the now. They run after the future like it's hiding in the distance, when in reality, it's forming beneath their feet. The dream you hope to live tomorrow is being built by the choices you make today. The conversations you have, the habits you keep, the thoughts you repeat, they are all seeds of destiny. The reason many never reach their vision is not because they lack talent, but because they fail to respect the power of the present. They look too far ahead and forget that tomorrow is just today continued. When you start treating the present moment as sacred, everything changes. You stop waiting and you start building. You stop hoping and you start creating. The pressure of time turns into purpose. You begin to realize that you are both the author and the story. Every decision is a brushstroke, every action a color added to the painting of your life. You can't control how much time you have, but you can control how much meaning you give it. The world tells you to chase time, to hurry, to run, but the truth is, time doesn't belong to those who run from it. It belongs to those who use it. So pause, breathe, and build right here, right now. Because when you give everything you have to this moment, time bends in your favor. It no longer races ahead. It begins to move with you. And in that harmony, you stop waiting for the future, because you've already become it. The greatest misconception we live under is that the future will somehow arrive on its own. That one day the doors will open and everything will suddenly make sense. But that moment never comes by accident. The future doesn't find you, it's forged through persistence, built piece by piece in the silence of your effort. Every late night, every risk you take, every time you choose discipline over doubt, that's where the future is shaped. It's not born in grand moments of luck. It's created in the small, often unseen decisions that demand your courage. The world tells you to wait for timing, but timing doesn't create destiny. Effort does. When you decide to move, even when it's uncomfortable, you become the architect of your own tomorrow. The truth is, waiting feels safe. It feels easy to believe that life will eventually unfold as it should. But that comfort is the greatest trap of all. Waiting gives control to the world while action takes it back. Every second spent hesitating is a piece of your potential slipping away. You don't need more signs, You need more movement. You don't need certainty, you need commitment. The moment you act with conviction, the universe begins to align with your energy. Doors you never knew existed start to open, not because of luck, but because of motion. The act of believing enough to begin is what separates dreamers from builders. Your future is being shaped right now in ways you cannot see. The sleepless nights, the silent prayers, the persistence when no one's watching, those are the bricks of your destiny. Every time you rise after falling, you send a signal to the world that you're not waiting for miracles. You're becoming one. It's in those moments of struggle, when you feel unseen, that the foundation of greatness is laid. The future doesn't appear fully formed. It's molded in the fire of your consistency and belief. So stop waiting for the world to hand you what you were born to create. Build your own gate, carve your own path, and walk through it with fire in your spirit. Because destiny doesn't arrive, it's built one brave decision at a time. One day, you'll look back and realize the future you were chasing was quietly being built in the background of your persistence. It didn't crash into your life all at once. It grew slowly, invisibly, through every moment you refused to give up. Every choice, every late night struggle, every time you stood up after being knocked down, it was all construction. You were building something powerful, something unseen. The future doesn't appear in a single moment of glory. It's crafted in thousands of small moments of resilience. You may not see progress every day, but it's happening layer by layer, decision by decision, shaping the person you're meant to become. The people who create the future aren't the loudest, they're the most consistent. They don't chase attention, they chase purpose. They don't seek validation, they seek meaning. They see beyond the noise of the present moment and hold on to a vision that most people can't yet see. They work in silence, trusting that one day the results will speak in volumes louder than words ever could. That's the essence of becoming the future. Knowing that every sacrifice has a purpose, even when it doesn't yet show. The greatest builders of destiny are those who find peace in the process, because they understand that the process is the reward. Your dream isn't random, it's a calling. The vision that keeps you awake at night, the fire that refuses to die inside you. That's the universe revealing what only you can bring into existence. The world doesn't need another person waiting for tomorrow. It needs someone brave enough to become tomorrow. When you move with that kind of purpose, time bends in your favor. Obstacles become teachers. Failure becomes fuel. Every step, no matter how heavy, becomes sacred. So don't measure your progress by how close you are to your dream. Measure it by how far you've come since you began. Because the moment you realize that the future isn't something you chase, but something you create with your every breath, you awaken to your true power. You stop waiting for the world to change, and instead, you become the change that shapes the world.